Okay, so in previous lecture we discussed about the biomedical waste management rule, and under which all rules which include the training to the ward boys, training to the doctors, training to the paramedicals, all the equipments required, and segregation, separation of the biomedical waste according to the color code and different categories. Okay, so these are the different color code containers in different 10 category waste that can be stored in these different types of containers. Okay, yellow, red, blue, white, and black. Then in previous lecture we discussed about the clear and mandatory guideline has to be provided, and don't discharge the liquid waste which comes from the hospital into the public drain without any prior treatment in effluent treatment plant. Okay, so that means it is necessary or it is very important to treat the biomedical waste liquid waste uh, into the treatment plant, effluent treatment plant, and then that waste you can dispose into the public drain. Okay. The clear and mandatory guideline has been provided by CPCB, Central Pollution Control Board, for the purpose of treatment of both solid biomedical waste and liquid biomedical waste which generated from the hospital. Okay. Also, it has been mandated to all hospitals to use post-tag bags or containers in which waste has to be disposed for the given tag. Okay. Alternatively, various color codes are being used for bags or containers. For example, red color, yellow bag, blue bag, black. Okay, and these various color code are being used for the bags and container. The hospital generate many other different biomedical waste, and more effective management is very important. Okay. Suppose if you consider the training to the ward boys, it is better to use audio video methods to giving the training to the ward boys. Training to doctors, induction training program regarding the proper disposal of biomedical waste should be periodically arranged. In national, international medical conference or convention, there should be an awareness schedule about the disposal of biomedical waste in proper channelization. Training to the paramedical and basically, for example, of nurses. Okay, so nurses, it is one of the most important factor related to the disposal of biomedical waste, and training to the paramedical are the backbone of the waste management system of the hospital. Okay, so this regarding the training to the paramedical, and hence time should be selected when they are free, and skilled trainer should be appointed to this paramedical group with audio visual system so as to they have effective demonstration. And in some cases language is also a great problem for proper communication, hence trainer should have know the local languages. Next point, the equipment which required for the management of biomedical waste, and in the management of biomedical waste we required the different equipments like color beans which is used for the storage of waste, bean liners, then hang loose for the collection of waste, then gumputs, then wheelbarrow, then sodium hypochlorite, then autoclave for the disinfection, needle burner, then shredder for the shredding purpose, then needle cutter, then flipper, then record for continuously record of waste generated, covered color coated segregation area, moppers, incinerator for the burning out waste, and effluent treatment plant for the treating the liquid waste we generated from the hospital. Okay, so these are the different equipment and the management which required for the biomedical waste management. Okay. So the next point is you can see the sharp pit, and you have to dispose that waste into the sharp pits. Okay. So transportation and storage of biomedical waste. Okay. So the waste may be temporarily stored at the central storage area of the hospital, and from there it may be sent in bulk to the site for final disposal once or twice a day depending upon the quantum of waste. Okay, during the transportation following points should be taken care of. The first thing, so some of the points that should be always remembered during the transportation and storage of biomedical waste. Okay, so the first point is that ensure the waste bag containers are properly sealed and labeled. Okay, that means the waste that is you can say the red bag which consists the plastic waste such as catheter, injection, syringe, IV tubing bottles. Okay. Blue bag must be contain all type of glass bottle, broken glass articles, outdated and discarded medicine, Black bag should be considered consists the needle without syringe, blade, sharp, and other all metals. Yellow bag, if it consists infectious waste, that is human body fluid, human body parts, okay, cotton, these all things. So that means all the waste should be according to the different types of color code and different types of containers. Okay, so ensure that first the waste bag and containers are properly sealed and labeled. So everyone should be have sealed and label. Okay, next, bags should not be filled completely, so that bags can be picked up by the neck again for the further handling. So hand should not be put under the bag at a time, only one bag should be lifted. So at a time only one bag should be lifted and hand should not be put under the bag. Okay, so manual handling of waste bag should be minimized to reduce the risk of needle pick injury and infection. Okay, so manual handling should be avoided because it may be cause injury and infection. Okay, so biomedical waste should be kept only in a specific storage area. Okay, so these biomedical waste should not mix with the municipal solid waste. Okay, so separate, that is a separate space or should be kept only in a specified storage area. Okay, so that means should not mix with the other type of waste. After removal of the bag, clean the containers including the lid with an appropriate disinfectant. Okay, so after the emptying that container, you have to disinfect that container with some disinfectant, okay, like a chlorine, and so that you can use that container again for the collection of the biomedical waste. Okay, so waste bags and containers should be removed daily from the wards, OPDs, or even more frequently if needed, as it is operation theatres, ICUs, labor rooms. Okay, the waste bag should be transported in a covered wheel containers or large bins in covered trolleys. Okay, so these some of the points that should be kept in remember during the transportation and storage of biomedical waste. Okay, so this precaution should be taken during the transportation of biomedical waste. So no untreated biomedical waste shall be kept stored beyond period of 48 hours. Okay, so as early as possible we have to transport at waste at the disposal site. Okay, so this type of containers are used for the collection of biomedical waste with the symbols. So you can see that yellow container which consists symbol, and here is red container also consists the biomedical waste symbol. Okay, so these are the symbol which is used over the biomedical waste container. Okay, so that left symbol, that is biohazard symbol, that is called as Jaivik Parisankat Chinna, biohazard. Okay, that means helped biohazard. It is nothing but it is infectious or harmful to the bio, okay, organism. So that is what it is called as biohazard symbol. Okay, and this symbol should be always over that container and bag which is used for the collection and storage of biomedical waste. Okay, second symbol you can see that is cytotoxic symbol that represent the C. So cytotoxic, it is toxic to the cell. Okay, so that is called as cytotoxic symbol. Okay, so that symbol also on the container and bags of biomedical waste collections system. Okay, so the transportation from healthcare establishment to the site of the final disposal in a closed motor vehicle like a truck, tractor, trolley, etc., and is desirable as prevent spillage of waste on the way. Okay, next, vehicle used for transport of biomedical waste must have the biohazard symbol. Okay, so that vehicle which is used for the transportation of biomedical waste from the collection point to the disposal site, it should be contain the biohazard symbol, and this vehicle should not be used for any other purpose. Okay, that means the separate vehicle should be always preferred for the collection of biomedical waste, and that label which is over the vehicle and over the container should not be washable and prominently visible. Okay, that is the important thing. Okay, so other people can easily see and easily read that it is a biomedical waste vehicle or it is a biomedical waste collection system. Because why? Because it is consists the symbol of cytotoxic hazardous symbol and biohazard symbol. Okay, so that these symbols are important over that container which is used for the collection of biomedical waste. Okay, so the first one is biohazard symbol and second one is cytotoxic symbol. Okay, so if you visit the local hospital, जे शेजारी जे hospitals आहेत, maybe in Kahagar or maybe in Chitwan, so in that case you can see they are using the different types of bags or containers they are using, like yellow, green, okay. So for not green, yellow and red, okay. And according to that, they have they are going to store their own hospital waste, okay. हे त्यांच्या हॉस्पिटलमध्ये जमा होणारे वेस्ट आहे, मे बी कॅथेटर असेल किंवा सिरिंज असेल किंवा निडल्स असेल, कॉटन असेल, बँडेज असेल, तर तेही अकॉर्डिंग टू कलर कोड त्यांच्या हॉस्पिटलमध्ये रेग्युलरली सेपरेट केलेलं असतं, okay. So when the vehicle which comes from the biomedical waste treatment plant, which collect that waste according to the color code, okay. So that means yellow waste, yellow container waste will be collected separately, red container collects waste separately, okay. So infectious waste collects separately, hazardous waste collects separately, and non-hazardous waste collects separately, okay. So according to that container, that means at the generation point, that means at the each and every hospital, they are also going to separate and segregate the waste, okay. And it is found in nowadays, okay. So if you visit any local hospital, so you can see they are using these different types of containers, okay. So these आपल्याकडे जवळपास खेडला एक बायोमेडिकल वेस्ट ट्रीटमेंट प्लांट आहे, तर या ठिकाणी जे सगळं वेस्ट आहे ओव्हरऑल इन रत्नागिरी सिटी, रत्नागिरी और इव्हन कहागर और इव्हन चिपळूण, तर या सगळ्या एरियामधून जे येणारं बायोमेडिकल वेस्ट आहे, दॅट वेस्ट टोटली कलेक्टेड ॲट दॅट प्लांट नियर बाय MIDC खेड, okay, Garda MIDC, and there is one the biomedical treatment plant where this shredding and burning of waste is carried out at that biomedical treatment plant, okay. So all waste which generated in Ratnagiri district that going to be borne at that biomedical waste plant at Khed MIDC, okay. The next process, it is called as this, you can see this is what the vehicle which is used for the transportation of the biomedical waste, which consists the biomedical waste carrier and which having the symbol of biohazard, okay. And this also you can see the biomedical waste collection vehicle with the symbol of biohazard, okay. So you can easily understand, or you can easily identify this vehicle which is used for the collection of biomedical waste, okay. So everyone should take precautions during handling of and what are the collection system of waste, okay. Next, the disposal of biomedical waste, okay. So this waste, that is biomedical waste, is a special type of waste, so the proper care should be taken during the disposal of biomedical waste, okay. So here are the some of the important treatment methods which are used for the disposal of biomedical waste. Like you can say deep burial method, it is one of the method which is used for the disposal of biomedical waste. One of the autoclave treatment, that is also used. The microwave treatment, that is used. Shredding, it is used for IV tubings, bottles, then catheters, sharp needles, okay. And land disposal, now it is not open dumping, not provided because it is very infectious waste, okay. Incineration, you can use, and autoclaving you can use. So these are the different treatment methods which are used for the treatment of biomedical waste, okay. So what are that? Autoclaves, incinerator, then shredding, then autoclave treatment, then microwave treatment, and deep burial method, okay. So these are the different treatment methods which are used for the treatment of biomedical waste, okay. So in detail we are going to discuss in next topic, in next lecture, what is the deep burial process, and where to use autoclave, where to use microwave, okay, and other method like shredding.